I never trained on decoration. I never trained on events. I taught myself events.
Wow.
So I would take up small. If someone asks me, can you do this? Yes, I can. Then I'll go figure it out as I am doing. I will know what to do when I'm doing. That is how I grew. I usually say I didn't build my business from scratch. I built mine from underground.
Oh.
Yes, because so women empowerment at core, for me, it is so important, because an empowered woman, that is an empowered society. And once the society is empowered, then it means even our country will be empowered, because the woman is the one.
Thank you so much, Norah, for having you today. We are so grateful that you have shared your story, and I hope that we are going to learn and also relearn. And for you viewers, thank you so much for joining us today. We are so grateful that you got an opportunity to Hello everyone, welcome to Women Empowerment Talk Show. My name is Clarice Mwakazi, and this is the platform where we equip, inspire, and educate societies across the globe. And today we are so privileged to have our guest in this room. She's an amazing woman. She's a phenomenal woman. I tell you, you can't wait to listen to what she has to share with us. And I want to give her an opportunity to introduce herself, tell us what she does, and perhaps what we need to know about her. Welcome, Norah Zighe.
Thank you so much, Clarice, for this opportunity to come to your show. I am so much privileged to be here so that I can be able to share my story with the women, to share my journey of entrepreneurship. My name is Norah Zighe, and I'm a businesswoman specializing in events organizing and decoration in Mombasa. My company name is Wiro Ventures Limited. And apart from that, I'm also passionate about women and the youth, but especially the women, because they are the ones that determine change in the society. When you empower a woman, you empower the whole society.
Yeah.
So I'm very passionate about women empowerment. Thank you so much.
Wow. So, Norah, I remember vividly how we met. And it was just an amazing time that we had together.
Yes.
The time that we were doing our public speaking classes, you remember?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, so there is a story that you are sharing, and at some point you just drew my attention. So I've been thinking about it and how to frame it to you, and thinking of it like our environments and times they shape who we become.
Yes.
Perhaps would you tell us where you come from? How was your background when you're growing up? What are the things that you feel like they worked towards your success today?
Okay, thank you so much. I come from Taita. I was born of two amazing parents, Mr. Paul Mwangima Mganga and Mrs. Priscilla Wakio Mwangima, though she is late. But they are the ones who really contributed to who I am today. Being a firstborn child with 4 siblings behind me, so I took on responsibility earlier on because of the position of birth and also how they nurtured us. So my journey growing up, we were embodied, we were taught hard work, we were taught excellence, and also even in terms of education, and especially on the side of education, because my parents were teachers, they really embodied hard work, excelling in education, and then also just showing us that nothing comes easy, you have to put in the work. And then on the entrepreneurial bit, I remember very well from when we were young, as much as they were teachers, they also used to do a lot of agriculture. So we would always have something going on in terms of farm products being sold. So I saw that growing up. that business and that entrepreneurship in our family.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of how the family background, how was it, talking about our parents, how was it, was it accommodative to perhaps the girl that you are called to become? Perhaps did you know your purpose as you are growing up?
I can say that our family, just like any other Kenyan ordinary family in the early 80s and 90s, there were many challenges that we faced. Number one, the challenge of, you see, our parents had a different upbringing. So according to how they brought us up, we'd find that it was more of a community. And I feel that communityism right now has died.
Yeah.
People are more individualistic. So when we were being brought up, we would not only be the only siblings, like me and my sisters and my brothers will not be the only ones. We will be brought up, even the extended family is catered for and everything. So those were, they showed us the good side of how family is important.
Yeah.
And then also the environment, of course, sometimes as growing up as a child, when you find that your parents have many responsibilities, not only to the nuclear family, even to the extended family. Sometimes the attention bit definitely is not as much as when they are maybe concentrating on the nuclear family, but that doesn't mean that we didn't get enough attention growing up. My father modeled for me the courage to pursue my dreams, because he was very passionate about succeeding in whatever you do. If it is in academics, you had to excel. There was no shortcut for that. So I think I learned a lot through him being the man he was and showing us that this one you have to excel. It gave me the courage and the pursuit to excel in everything that I do. So I had that mindset of whatever I set my heart to do, I have to succeed. Failure was not in my vocabulary. So my dad was more assertive and pushy.
Yeah.
On the other side, my mom was more, she was very aggressive, but in a subtle way. She was very hardworking and consistent and made sure that the family is catered for and put together and offering emotional support to us. So that really helped me and shaped who I am today. Because now every child, definitely you have your mother and father side inside of you.
Yeah.
The aggressive business acumen and the pushing personality, that one I got from my father.
Wow.
And then now this, sometimes I also find myself, I'm a bit subtle and more, I listen to people, I calm down and listen to people, try to understand them. That one I got from my mom.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
By the way, if there's something that I really admire about this amazing woman is that she is so calm. When I'm doing business with her, at times I can call her and I want to push her to the walls. But she's like, Clarice, I'm working on it. So I think I admire that more when we are doing business with you.
Thank you.
And perhaps a woman who is outside there thinking about perhaps starting something, would you perhaps tell us what inspired you to start business and not go into employment? What inspired you to get into business? And especially what you are doing currently, events management.
If I can take you back a little bit on my journey in business, I think I became a businesswoman or a business girl from when I was a child.
Yeah.
I remember sharing a story with a group of people this weekend, and I was telling them my grandmother, who I'm called after, she was an acumen businesswoman. She never went to school. In their generation they had ngumbaru. They had adult school.
Yeah.
She only went to learn ngumbaru, to read the Taita Bible and to count money. Only those two things. And she was an astute businesswoman.
Wow.
So I think even maybe I can say maybe I inherited that business acumen from her. And then also from when I was a child, I was very entrepreneurial. I remember selling stuff behind my parents' back. In primary school, I could sell stuff. When I went to high school, there was no much opportunity to do business, but when I was in college, I did quite a number of businesses. I used to get stuff from Coast, because I was in campus in Egerton University in Joro. So sometimes I would come to Coast, to Mombasa, get some nice things and go sell. And then even when I'm there sometimes I would get opportunity to sell some stuff. I remember there's a time I did clothing, textiles and interior design as a course. So the moment I knew how to make clothes, to design clothes and to do stuff with my hand, to create stuff, I started making those things and selling to my fellow students in campus. So I believe the entrepreneur in me was there, ingrained in me, in my DNA. And I also told you about my parents. I saw my parents trading. They used to do a lot of farming, even up to now. My father is a farmer. He runs his dairy. He runs his shop. I mean, he's doing real estate even at his age.
Wow.
He's in his mid-70s and he's still up and about doing business. So I think I saw it, and also it is in my DNA to do business. Now, when I cleared campus, just like any other person, any other Kenyan who has been through the 844 system, you always longed to get a good job. And that is what even our parents loved and would aspire for us to work somewhere. And I think it gave them it boosted their ego, or just to feel happy that, oh, you know, my daughter is working in such and such a place. But of course, I cleared campus, started looking for a job. I really tarmacked on the streets of Nairobi, and I couldn't get a job. But one time, I got an opportunity from some other ladies who were starting out a business, a wedding shop in Eldoret. And they had heard of me, of what I had been doing. So they approached me, and I began working there. And while I was there, I was the head of everything. I was the head of operations, head of design, head of sales and marketing, head of accounting and everything. So I did everything. I was the HR, everything. You know, when you're starting out a business. So I helped them
Chief of everything.
Yeah, chief of everything. I helped them set out every system in that business. And we ran the business for 1 year. Then the second year, I did well until they wanted me to be their partner. But at that moment, coincidentally, I got a call from Mombasa, a college, a fashion and design and interior design college from Mombasa, that they were looking for an interior design tutor and also the principal of the college. So here I was torn between accepting the offer of continuing to do partnership in business with them, and then this new job offer that has come. So I told them I got the job. I came to Mombasa to work as a principal in that college, and also as the interior design tutor and fashion and design. Then when I was there, you know, inside of me, remember, there's always an agitation to do business. I am always drawn. I never sit still. I always look for opportunities to do business. Definitely, I was doing my side hustles. I had my tailoring business, doing clothes and also doing interior furnishings on the side. But it reached a point I could feel that I think being employed is not giving me the freedom to pursue my dream well. So I took the risk. Actually, I remember at some point I told my dad, I want to resign so that I can do business. That one does not go well with an African parent, Kenyan parent, coastal parent. They believe in being employed somewhere. So it didn't go. He said, no, why do you want to resign? I just said, okay, well, I will not even talk about that topic again. I will I will not tell anyone. But I remember I told one of my aunties, sister to my mom, I told her, Auntie, I feel I'm being contained here and I need to really express myself and just get into business and see how it goes. And she was like, Norah, you cannot. Why? What is the problem? I say these people, they will make me not pursue my dreams. Because when I was employed, I used to keep feeling that there is more to life than what I was doing. I always used to feel like there's like a bottle top. Like I'm in a bottle, then I'm just sealed off, and I need to explode. I need to do something. I didn't know how else to express it. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have anyone that I was looking up to. Only a dream and a push inside of me that I needed to do more than what I'm doing. So at that moment, I resigned and I started my business. But remember, on the side, I used to do a side hustle.
Side hustles, yeah.
I remember very well, I used to, when I came from Eldoret, I left all the machines and everything that I used to have there to my friend. I came to Mombasa, where I used to stay at my aunt's house. She used to have those old machines for sewing, the hand ones. I told Auntie, I'll service this machine and I'll start stitching. So I started getting orders for stitching clothes. So in the evening, when I finished my classes, when the college is closed, I run to Marikiti, buy fabric, get orders. I never believed in just laying back like this. I used to believe, even if I don't know how to do, I will market, I get a job, and then I'll figure it out as I move. That is how I've always grown, even up to today. Most of the times, if I want to pursue something, I would not wait to know so much about that thing. I will just step into it and I'll know as I move on. That is one of the things that how I operate. So I used to stitch at night, and then in the morning I wake up very early. I finish maybe the parts that I've not finished. 8:30, I've already reported to work.
Wow.
I work very well, everything, but in the evening, once we have finished everything in the college, I run back. So I was a bit busy. And then I also started taking up jobs for decoration. I never trained on decoration. I never trained on events. I taught myself events.
Wow.
So I would take up small. If someone asks me, can you do this? Yes, I can. Then I'll go figure it out as I am doing. I will know what to do when I'm doing. That is how I grew. That is how I grew. Yes. So I would like to talk to someone who maybe they are somewhere fearing to step out. You have to step out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
You have to step out of your comfort zone, because there is no one who is going to live your dream for you.
It's true.
And no one is going to push you hard enough. I can be here to inspire you, but I cannot push you to be who you want to be. You have to step out of your comfort zone. Do it afraid. I remember very well when I had resigned. Remember now, I had a salary that I'm looking up to every month.
Yeah.
I have my siblings that some of them I'm taking to school from the same salary. So stepping out meant that I'm forfeiting this salary, and I'm stepping into the uncharted waters that I've never tested.
Yes.
I remember the first, by the time I was resigning, I had some orders running, I had some jobs lined up. When I finished them, I remember very well shaking on my sewing machine, not knowing where I will get my next job from. And I started panicking. I remember not knowing where I'll get my rent from, school fees for my siblings and support. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? But there's a lesson that I learned from my former boss at my former workplace in Eldoret.
Yeah.
She used to tell me, Norah, you do not keep quiet.
Yes.
Whenever you are, flash out business cards. You know, those times business cards were they were the Instagram of our times. They were they were the Facebooks of our times.
Yes.
So she told me, Norah, wherever you are, flash out the business cards to everyone. Everyone. It doesn't matter how they look, who they are. So I made some business cards and I started flashing out. In the matatu, I would flash out. When I go to the post bank, when I go to the post, wherever for the shopkeeper, that is how I did it. Then I remembered again another thing I did when I was in Eldoret. I used to do marketing.
Yeah.
Our long time marketing used to be physical, walking, pasting posters on the post, pasting posters on the stage market, going to churches, talking to the people in churches and showing them our flyers and everything. It's the same thing I applied here in Mombasa.
Wow.
I started working from church because I figured, I was like, if I want to do weddings, then the easiest place to get clients would be in churches. So I used to go to churches, SEK, Catholic Cathedral, and many other churches, and I would talk to the secretary or the receptionist. I tell them, is there any bookings? Maybe you can slot in. I do decoration and everything.
Yeah.
So that is how I started getting traction in business. But there's a season in between,
Yes.
some years there that I have not talked about, because a lot happened for even before I reached that place, but a lot happened. But now I'm talking about now how my events business started out and started rolling. I would go talk to those, and then I started getting business, and then I concentrated on working on repeat clients, making sure that I do a good job so that I can get repeat clients, and those repeat clients became my mouthpiece. They became the people who were actually introducing me to other clients, and that is how I grew.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. We're having really conversation here, and I'm so inspired by your story.
Okay.
And you have spoken about something, doing it afraid.
Yes.
And thinking of it, have you ever gone through some challenges, perhaps in your time of starting, in between? Have you ever gone through something and you felt like you are discouraged?
Yes, I did, many times.
Wow. Can you share with us, with somebody who wants to hear that?
Yes, many times I started the business, I shut it down, I restarted again, I shut it down literally. I think I have like, is it 3 or 4 times? And funny enough, they were like cycles.
Yeah.
You know, our events business, most of the times we are busy up to December, then January, it goes down and like that. So I remember for many years, every January I would shut down, go look for my CV, dust it, and start looking for a job. Because by the time the season is ending, I'm also very broke. I didn't know financial management. I didn't know saving. I didn't know. I used to use every single coin I get. There's no budgeting, no nothing. So the challenges that I faced, number one, remember I had a dream, and I really believed that this dream is going to work no matter what. But I also was struggling with a lot of fear, the fear of the unknown, not knowing where my next client is going to come, not knowing what I would do. I would really be stranded and scared. But I did it afraid, like the way I was saying. And then another challenge was that lack of having a mentor. You know, nowadays I tell the young people, I tell the people who are joining in this market, for you right now, you are joining at the best time ever, because the information age is here with us.
Yes.
For us at that time, you had to go to a cyber cafe, you sit down, you pay, and then now you start Google. Actually, you pay after. You start Googling, like maybe photos of wedding, then they come one by one. There were no apps.
Yeah.
Like the ones that we have, like right now we have Pinterest, we have so many apps that can assist or are even giving us inspiration. Now, right now we're also living in the AI age. I mean, like you can even talk to your phone and it brings you a photo of whatever setup you want. So we came from a place where we were relying on magazines, hard copy magazines to get inspiration from. We were relying on Google, where you go, sit in a cyber cafe, or even using your phone if you had, I can't even remember if we had data. I can't remember.
No.
We didn't
even know.
Yeah, we didn't have data because it was not accessible. It was only on some specific places in the cybers. So you go there, you go, you Google some people's photos, you have them printed so that you can create your portfolio. I have my portfolios up to today, the ones that I began my business. I said I will never destroy them. I'll keep them as a memory to remind me of the journey of where I have come from. So, and then now there was also the challenge of not having a mentor. Nowadays, you can get an online mentor.
Absolutely.
There are so many people you can approach. The world nowadays has become easy to operate in. And then we are no longer living in an age where we are mean with information. I think when we were growing up, the people who seem as if they know it, they were up there. Reaching them was very difficult. But right now, information is available. People are more loosened up. People are willing. Like there's a lot of empowerment that is happening. There are many forums that have come. that have come up that are really offering a lot of information and help. Even you have organizations that are helping women, banks, I mean, everywhere. The world has opened up for the women, for this generation. And then another challenge was also finances.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I had my dream. I didn't have anyone putting anything into my business.
Yeah.
So I had to struggle and grow my business myself from scratch.
Yeah.
Literally, I usually say I didn't build my business from scratch. I built mine from underground.
Oh.
Yes, because
I like
now
that.
scratch means it's just this ground level. But
Wow.
then I had to start from down
underground.
there.
Wow.
I didn't get support of any sort. Definitely, okay, I got moral support
Yes.
from my family and friends and colleagues. I got, they were really referring people to me. They believed in me, but now getting the financial support, and you see that is usually the most important thing again in business. Because you see, when you get financial support, then it means that you are able to grow faster.
Yes.
The number of years maybe you would have taken to scale into a certain level, maybe it would have been shortened.
Yes.
So at that time, because of not having mentors, not having coaches,
Yes.
just having your own dream, and this is something new even in most of our families, people didn't even believe that you can do business.
Yeah.
I remember in my family, most people used to just say, Norah is jobless. Norah is jobless. Just because I'm doing business. I tell them, I am not jobless. I have created a job for myself. I am self-employed.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was very difficult for them to even imagine how a university graduate could just say that they're doing business. And you know, some of them even used to say that I am a tailor. So they would to say, Norah has gone to university to study tailoring, like the village tailoring that we have here in the village. And now she has just decided to be a tailor. Because I began by doing fashion, by doing weddings and coutured garments and like that. So they just say, no, Norah, she's just like a village. Why did she go to university?
Wow.
That was a very great challenge, especially even for my family. Most of them, I know in my family, especially on my father's side, I think I was one of the people who went to like national school and then university. So there was a lot of expectation on my side.
Wow.
And yet she has gone to university to study tailoring, like the village polytechnics tailors. And now she is even coming. She does not want to work. Even where she was employed, she has started tailoring, like an ordinary tailor, you know.
Yeah.
It was really, really difficult.
Just imagining how was the reaction from your father?
It was hard for him. It was hard for him, and it took him many, many years until recently. That's when he told me, now I understand.
Yeah.
This is your office and this is it. But for many years, even ever since I started business, he could never believe that I am actually doing something meaningful or something impactful. He just used to think I'm just jobless, just struggling and everything. Because see, I usually tell him, Dad, you see, as a business lady, my perception and how I think is very different from people who are employed. You see, people who are employed, they will think monthly, like there's this money that is coming. For me, I plan differently. For me, my perception and everything, whatever I do is very different from the people who are employed. But remember him, he was a teacher, he was employed. So that was very difficult for him to understand. But until recently, that is when you said, oh, now I see, now I understand.
Yeah.
After he has seen, after I would say maybe proved myself to him, I don't know, unconsciously or consciously, then now he keeps saying, I have employed a number of people, I have been able to, my business has scaled to a certain level, and he's like, oh, now I can see, now I understand. Imagine. So you can imagine removing that mindset, that mindset that he had, now to accepting and knowing that okay, this is workable and it is actually profitable, has been quite a journey. Yes.
Wow, that is a powerful story.
Yes.
And I'm just imagining, our parents at that time, they could take us to school so that we can get a good job.
Yes.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we had to take a different direction. It happened also to me.
Okay.
And I think we went through the same journey. And at any given time, did you feel like giving up? Like, especially when you're going through your parents, not understanding you, the environment, the challenges, the whatever you went through. Did you ever think of giving up, perhaps going back to employment or doing something else apart from events management? Because that is I think you are more into creativity.
Yes.
Yeah, did you think of doing something else?
Yes, many times. I told you many times I used to shut down in quotes, and then I would want to pursue something else because, as I was telling you, because I didn't know financial management.
Yes.
I used to use all the money, I return it back to business, and then I don't have savings, I don't have other investments on this side. So by the time January comes, I am totally broke. I am looking for a job. And then also between year 0 and up to year 7. Year 7 is when I broke even. If it took me 7 years to break even, whereby I'm neither making a profit nor a loss. It took me 7 years. Before that, those are the seasons that I really wanted to give up. After year 7 up to now, then I felt that I have jumped to another level. But between year 1, or I would just say 0 to year 7, those were the hardest, because those were the moments I believe I was setting out business. I was building a name. I usually say you had better build a good name. You see, you can excel in doing a wonderful job. I've seen excellent decorators. I've seen wonderful event planners. I have seen articulate people professionally build and have an outlook of professionalism.
Yeah.
Coming into the industry with a bang, showing us big portfolios and the how to do it. They only do it one season, then they're out of business. Because business is not only built on those big portfolios, big words and everything. It is built on resilience, consistency, and building a name. So I concentrated on building a name. I was very cautious on making sure that I provide quality, consistency, timely delivery, excellence. Those are the things that I was concentrating on building. But remember, you see, when you're doing all that, and then again you find yourself that you're pushing, your expenses are more than what you're getting, sometimes you can give up. I tried so many businesses. I usually tell people, I never sit still, even right now.
Yes.
My events business is my main business, but also on the side I do other things that maybe on this forum I cannot mention about, because my mind is wired as a business person.
Yeah.
That is, I always see things in terms of opportunities for how I can make money. Everything I see, like this, if I'm doing this, how can I turn this passion into? Number one, I usually do it as a passion, and then later on I turn it around into a business. So I would say that many times I gave up. And especially because of the money bit. You know, when you're pushing and then you're not seeing the money coming through, you're like, hey, I think this business is very, it's not working and everything. So I remember even when I resigned, remember there's a time I told you I had summarized. In between there were some years. There was a time there. I went back to employment because I resigned, I finished, I did all the work, I am marketing, I am doing. And then that time I used to be a jack of all trade. I sold even, I used to go to the Congo Ware market to buy the passes, clean them and resell them at least at a higher cost. So I would buy the ones within my budget. Maybe I had like 500 shillings. I'll buy even the cheapest ones like for 5 bob, but very good quality leather. Come wash them, I sell them for 500 shillings. At least so that they can give me money to go buy. One thing I've not told you about myself is that my mind since I finished college, I started relying on myself. I didn't have a mindset of relying on my father.
Yeah.
Or going back telling him that, oh, give me money for upkeep and everything. Since the moment I graduated from college, I remember he supported me. I told him I want to go and do my work and start life. He gave me 20,000 Kenyan shillings. Already, by the time I was clearing campus, I was paying rent somewhere outside campus. So I took that money to go and clear the debt for rent. And then I bought a sewing machine as a starter pack for my big dreams. So literally, I was left with no single coin. And there was no time I took my phone and asked my dad, send me money. Send me money for rent or for upkeep or for anything. I struggled by myself. So even this season now, I have resigned. I'm doing I used to do things that I say I have to get money into my pocket. So I would sell those things. I would make curtains. I used to have 3 lines of business: events, fashion, and interiors. But my passion was in fashion design. My passion was in fashion design. So as I continued, I felt inside of me to stop doing fashion and design and just to pursue events and interior. And remember, events is something that I taught myself. And the leading was I do more events and less of interior design. So it reached a point where I had to stop. But remember, if you're doing many things at the same time, you're spreading yourself too thin. So you'll never be able to be a master of anything.
Yes, true.
So many times I would get frustrated. I'm not growing. I'm not seeing the money in these industries that I'm pursuing, because I'm in interior design and then I'm in events. I'm not seeing the tangible results in this thing. And then came my turn around. When I decided, I think enough is enough. I think I had finished now. That one was the year 2019. I think I was now on my year 10. Because officially starting business as a hustler in Kenya, I think I started in 2008. So 2019, I am at this point, I'm like, no, I have to make a change. I cannot continue like this. And that is where my greatest shift came. Because now I had to get a mentor. And to sit under a mentor so that I can be helped.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's amazing. You believe in mentorship?
Yes, I do.
Coaching?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I think you can talk to us more about how it has impacted you. And perhaps is it something that you'd advise everyone starting? We need to have mentors on board or coaches? Or what is the right time actually to have mentors on board?
If I can take the clock back, I would say the right time would have been even before I embodied business. I wish I had mentors even when I was starting out, because I would have avoided a lot of mistakes that I made along the way. But now, it's never too late to get a mentor. If you can get a mentor, even right now, wherever stage you are in your business, please get a mentor and a coach. Those are two different helpers. I'd call them helpers.
Yes.
A mentor is someone you look up to, someone that they can tell you something and you can actually follow and listen to them, and you're really looking up to them. And a coach works with you for a longer period than a mentor. A mentor, you can interact with a mentor. And we have different types of mentors. You have an online mentor, someone you've never seen, you've never met, but you really look up to. You always follow what they do. And then also you have a coach. A coach is someone who will work with you, journey with you through a certain season, so that maybe you can be able to overcome a certain challenge or to scale your business to a certain level. So those are very important people to have in your life. If you can have them at the onset of your business, the better. You will be able to grow and go bigger and take a shorter period than some of us to reach where we are.
Wow. The first time I approached someone to mentor me, I think she never even replied to my message up to today. So I felt like it is something that is very expensive to do. Perhaps she needed me to pay her. And also coaching sessions. At some point, I heard some young girls saying that it is very expensive for them. What do you think? Do we need to give mentorship free and coaching session for free for the generation that is coming after us? Or because my understanding is that if we are going to leave an impact, or if we are going to mentor girls to become everything that God created them to become, or prepare the generation that is coming to take up our positions, then we need to do thorough mentorship and thorough coaching. Do you think we should do it for free?
I don't believe in freebies, because if you don't feel the pain of paying for something, then you will never value it. I remember even before 2019, I think it was the time we met for the public speaking course, it was 2017.
Yeah.
I think it was 2017. Then I think the previous year, 2016, I think 2016 is when I decided, no, I'm going to come out of my own cocoon.
Yeah.
I'm going to attend forums. You know, there are many forums that are organized by different people, different groups everywhere to be able to empower women, to be able to empower people. So I decided I will not sit back. And those forums used to cost, some even would be like around 500 shillings, some will be 1,000 shillings. But I decided I am going to pay for me to be able to scale and to move from one level to another. So I don't believe in free things. Because anything free, you don't feel the value for it. But when I pay for it, it pinches me, then I will be very serious, and I will watch and make sure that I take whatever I learn from that, either it's a course or a coaching or a mentorship, very seriously. I have done quite a number of courses, like every year at least. From the year 2016, I decided I would be learning something new, and I would go out of my way. Some I would do in Nairobi, some I would do within. This year, actually, I wanted to go to Uganda, but I think my scheduling and everything didn't happen well. But now, every year, I purpose to learn something new, not necessarily within my docket of events and planning. Also, sometimes I learn something out of events. I have done public speaking, I have done counseling psychology, I have done TOT, that is a trainer of trainers. I have done now an events masterclass. Yes, so this year I also wanted to upscale and do another events masterclass in Uganda. There was a class that was organized in Uganda, but that one passed. Maybe I'll check on the calendar what other classes offered. So I have to keep on scaling up. And those courses are quite costly. They are not free. And then also there's a year also I did a program, one-on-one coaching with a certain mentor. And that one also costed me money. So free, I don't believe in really free coaching, but I believe in paying for the value of that thing that I really want from that person or from that organization.
Okay. Wow. I'm enjoying this interesting conversation. And I think we are really, really inspiring so many out here. And when we talk about women empowerment, it is something that is so passionate to me and perhaps to you, because you mentioned that you do, you mentor girls and you empower young women. So perhaps you can tell us, how do you feel about women empowerment? And also, as you're talking about how you feel about women empowerment in the society, you didn't tell us that you're married or not, because the next question, actually, I'm going to take it back to where you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it is very important. And as I said, right now we are living in the information age, and we are living in times whereby there's a lot of opportunity for all the women, regardless of where you are. We have the county government, the gubernatorial governments that have been brought down to mashinani. There are so many opportunities for every woman. I go to the village and I hear that they have women groups that they are loaning each other money. They are doing merry-go-rounds, giving themselves money. I go to the village also. I hear that there is Joy War, the one that was started by our First Lady of Kenya, Mrs. Rachel Ruto, that has empowered so many women. So there's a lot of opportunity for women. We have so many organizations that have come down to the grassroots to help the common mwananchi, to help the common woman, to help every woman right now. I don't think there is any woman who can say that they don't have an opportunity. We have the Office of the Women Rep. That is there. There's a time I was having a certain group, we were talking, Money Matters. And they were saying that women are being given grants. As long as they're in groups of not less than 10 people, they are given grants. You know, a grant is like money for free. As long as you write your proposal and everything, you apply, you're given money. So opportunities are there. Women empowerment has been brought down to the grassroots as much as possible. If you don't get that, our phones, at the click of a button, you can get a lot of conversations going on, like your global women empowerment. It is a movement that you have set for women. You do a lot of activities, like now you have a talk show. I see you doing podcasts. I see you having those forums that you have organized. You reach out to the society. I remember there's a time we went with you to another school to give even pads. I mean, those are opportunities. And you are even telling me, if you have other leaders who can come on board, bring them. Those are opportunities for us to onboard and for us to be able to have many. So women empowerment at core, for me, it is so important, because an empowered woman then that is an empowered society. And once the society is empowered, then it means even our country will be empowered, because the woman is the one who nurtures the family more than the men. Truth be told, even in the current age that we are living in, very few men they are taking up roles of nurturing families. They leave it to their wives. Even as we were growing up, the people who nurtured us, are they our fathers or our mothers? I can remember the voice of my mother most of the time pinching me, telling me, don't do this. By the time your father steps in, then it is a very big disciplinary case. But the day-to-day nurturing, the person who does for you the homework, the one who feeds us, the one who talks to us, the one who bets us, that is the woman. Once you empower the woman, then you have empowered the society. Because this woman, if a woman is empowered, she's able to raise her family with a certain knowledge and enlightenment. And that family, whether it is a boy child or girl child, then that family will grow to be a better family in the society, and eventually have a ripple effect in the whole community and the whole of Kenya. So I believe strongly in the empowering of the woman. And I'm not talking about feminism. See, there is a difference between feminism and women empowerment. Feminism is different. You know, feminism says that I can do it without you. I can do it without men. I can do it. No, I'm not a feminist. I believe that we are unequally abled. Men are able in their own way. We are able in our way. And we can never be competing.
Absolutely.
Feminism says compete with the man. But women empowerment says that operate in your grace and in your space with excellence. That is what I believe in. Yes. So I would say that women empowerment is very, very crucial to any society. A society that has women who have been empowered is always different. It's always different. So that is why I think even our government had sat and saw that it is important to also add the docket of the women rep. Why? So that we can have more representation of the women in parliament, so that the needs of women can be met. Yes.
Wow. So I wanted also to understand where you are seated. Do you have someone above you? Do you have a man figure somewhere, you know. And I wanted to know, how did you guys meet? If he's there, how is he coping with your aggressiveness?
Yes, I am married to one man who is a man. I am a woman, by the way. Nowadays, there's also gender. I cannot say, I don't know if I should say confusion or something, but nowadays the world we are living in is full of everything. So I am a woman who is married to one man. He's called Johnston Mwandawiro. Yes. He supports me in my business. I also support him. We are all in business. So we support each other. Our collaboration is a synergy. You know, it's a synergy. We support each other, and through that, I would say, if I usually read a certain quote, it usually says, if you want to succeed in marriage, marry the right person.
Yeah.
If you marry the wrong person, you not only succeed in marriage, if you're in business and you marry the right person, then you will go far. But if you're in business or even in life, you marry the wrong person, then you're totally done. Yeah, because the right person will give you peace of mind. The right person will understand your personality. They will support you. The right person will offer. You see, I believe marriage, most people would say, is 50-50. Marriage is not 50-50. Marriage is 100%, 100%. You put it there, it becomes 100%.
Yeah.
So you cannot give 50-50 energy in marriage. You have to give 100%, and the other person has to give 100%. And remember, we don't get married to people who we are alike. We always get someone who is going to complement you. So there are personality traits that I complement him, and there are personality traits that he compliments me. In my aggressiveness, in my pushiness, he's the one who helps me to be grounded and level-headed. Because you see, most of the times, according to my personality, sometimes I can be a bit more reactive. So when you're more reactive, it means that sometimes you don't take time to think and process issues and decisions and the outcomes. But him is more, he's more calm and more grounded, and he doesn't make a decision at a spur of a moment. He first listens and tries to process and come with solutions like that. So it helps to balance off. It helps, for me, it helps me to balance off and to be grounded, to be brought down to reality, that this is the reality. We are here now. Because sometimes being the personality that I have, sometimes I live in the clouds. Me, I'm already there. I'm already in another dimension. But him tells me, no, this is the reality here on the ground.
This is the reality.
Are we able now to scale? Can we step one thing at a time? For me, I want to step 10 steps at once. And I just move without, I don't want to know the consequence. I just leave it. Yes, I could say marriage has helped me a lot. And I would say even my business, even in terms of, if I look at if I was to quantify, I would say I'm better off in business married than when I was not married.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Wow. And you told us that you are a woman of faith.
Yes.
You know, running all these things that doing what you do, and also a believer. I know there's a God factor.
Yes.
And one of the things that we talk about when we're doing empowerment programs, there's one thing that we call spiritual empowerment. And there's someone who is somewhere thinking of perhaps, where do you get the power? How do you make it? How do you function in the marketplace? So perhaps you can tell us on your ground, how do you think about the God factor in what you do?
For me, God is everything. Even for me to be here, I would say it is God. For me to do business, it was God. I believe the push that I had as I was employed, and I kept feeling this space is not enough for me.
Yeah.
It was inspired by God, because I kept feeling this is not my place anymore. And then as I continued to journey, one thing I usually tell people is that the journey of entrepreneurship is the greatest test of your faith. For me, it has been the greatest test of my faith.
And your
patience. Has built, and patience. It has built me. It has crushed me. It has humbled me, it has lifted me. So I've gone through all those cycles of walking by faith and walking in faith, being an entrepreneur. Because the number one thing about me, I was God-fearing from when I was a young girl.
Yes, yes.
And I always, I wouldn't say I don't know the other world, because I've not. You see, like when you're in the business world, there are two worlds. There's the Babylonian kingdom and there's the kingdom business. Those are two different worlds. Yeah. We cannot do business as the people of the world, especially if you're born again. So now my journey of faith has really helped me to be grounded. I have to seek God. Whatever decision I have to make, I have to go back to God and ask God, is this the thing that I should pursue? Is this the way that I should go? As a Christian, I practice my Christian practices. Give your offering, give your tithes, help the poor, reach out to the needy. Don't have someone close to you who is needy and yet you are able to support. And also, I usually believe my business also is a conduit to which other livelihoods are being able to support. I always tell them, when you come here, you're not only coming to work, you're also coming to, you're serving God through this place. So whenever you're doing anything, just know that you're also serving God. So my journey with God has been the greatest. Actually, it is the pillar. It is the pillar, and God is at the center of my business. Without God, then when you remove God from it, then I am totally done and lost. I don't have anything.
Okay. So we are almost done, but I want us to talk about building structures and systems in our business. One thing that we fail as women is we start business that we can't even explain, we can't even understand even ourselves. So do you have proper systems, do you have proper structures in your business, and how are they helping you like to navigate your journey?
As you're saying, when you start business, you just start out of passion and emotion. And especially women, we are very emotional. So most of the times we would invest in things that we feel we are passionate about and emotional about. There's a time I was talking to a colleague, a friend, who him is a man. So how he perceives something is different. You know, men, they are goal-oriented and focused on the result. For me, I would invest because I am emotional about that thing. Maybe I feel that people need this thing. But that person was questioning and asking, you feel people need this thing, but do really people need this thing? What is really needed in the market? For example, if maybe in my industry, in my events, if I want to bring something in the market, as a woman, I want to bring something that I feel, I think this thing will be very good, something new, something
good.
Yes, then I start training people, teaching people on how to love it. But I think how men reason it is like, what is really needed, pinpoint that thing and bring it, or you can even bring something that is already there, and then fit it in there. You will see how it will run. So I think for us ladies, for us women, we are more emotionally wired than
emotional being.
Yes. Yeah, that is what I can say. So as I was saying, when you started business, definitely we were just doing randomly. It was just money come, money go, money come, money go. But there's a level that it reached, and I was feeling that kind of operation can no longer sustain the business again, because by that time we don't know what is coming in, what is going out. Yes. So there's a time I had to put up systems to put people in charge. Like I would even in terms of staffing. First of all, I started with staffing, dividing chores for who is to do what specific chores, and then also giving them mandate and the power to run. So again, and then on the finances bit, that has been one of the greatest challenges, especially managing the daily expenses of in and out. I have the records and everything, but sometimes one thing that I was lacking definitely was someone maybe to sit down and do the daily expenses and expenditure and everything. And this year I was able to get someone on board. It has not been an easy thing. But again, on running on the daily operations of the job, the staffing and everything, that one I had laid everything okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, congratulations to that, and we celebrate your husband for supporting you.
Thank you.
Now, as we are ending this conversation, I want you to do one thing for us. I want you to turn there. There are a few quotes, and I want you to choose one quote that you feel you can inspire someone and perhaps elaborate it using your personal story.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I can pick that one by Alexa.
Yes. Alexandra. Yeah.
It says, change takes courage.
Good.
Yeah. Yes.
Now you can tell us about that using your personal story.
Yeah, by the way, change takes courage.
Yeah.
Most of the times we are afraid to change because the version that serves us well is the version that we easily operate in and we know and we are comfortable with. But anytime we are needed to morph into something else, we always fear. There's always that fear of the unknown. There's always like what will happen. It is easy to operate in the spaces and places and even people who you are used to, than to change to be a better version of yourself.
Yes.
And to go into uncharted waters. Because anytime we change, then it requires that we let go of some patterns, we let go of some relationships, we let go of some places and spaces that we used to entertain, we let go of our own mindsets that had been limiting. And sometimes there can be a lot of fear not knowing what is awaiting for us, because we don't know what to predict. You know, many times when you're operating in a certain space or a certain mindset, we could even always predict our responses, predict our reactions, predict our outcomes.
Yes.
But now, when we are required to change, to be better versions of ourselves, many times fear comes, anxiety comes. So it will take us courage to push through that fear, to push through that so that we can go to the other side of courage. And I believe the other side of courage is beautiful, is more responsibility, but better for us. Because when you remain in this side of fear, definitely there could be some responsibilities are less than on the other side of courage. But life on the other side is more greener, is much better. Yes, that is one thing I believe.
We want to stay in the comfort zone every time.
Yes.
We don't want to challenge ourselves to do something new. We don't want to try something new.
Yes.
We want to stay the same place. Yeah, and perhaps when you look at when you look back, the young Norah, what can you tell her from where you are standing today?
I can tell her congratulations.
Wow.
When I look at the young Norah, I can tell her congratulations that you did not cave in to the pressures, you did not cave in, you did not give up on yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I usually believe that my journey has been one of the journeys that has been filled with a lot. Here we can only talk about entrepreneurship, but now there's the other side. Yes. But my journey has been filled with a lot of challenges and everything. But I just want to tell my younger self, thank you for not giving up, and also thank her for who she believes she could be, because I'm seeing her changing. I'm seeing her becoming. Yes, I'm seeing her becoming.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Norah, for having you.
Okay, thank you.
It's been an amazing time having you here and sharing your wise words, your wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah, we are looking forward to have another conversation with you.
Okay, thank you.
About the other side that you have said that you have not shared here. Okay. So we are looking forward to have you again for that conversation.
Thank you.
The one that I really want to touch on it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. To our viewers, thank you for watching this program today, and please tune in next time for our next episode. And also tell a friend to tell a friend, tag a friend. Also, don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe in our YouTube channels and every other social media platform. Thank you. See you there. See you then.